it. 'Cause it was there. We're art sluts.
Welcome back to Art Sluts Radio. This is episode 10 and part 2 of my interview with Gretchen Phillips. In episode 9, we talked about the blue truck, which played a big part in the lives of all the art sluts. So let's continue on with the interview, starting with Sugarball, the blue truck.
Well, when I listened to the episode where I believe you talked about driving all the way back to Missouri with no brakes. Would you do that now?
You know what? It's maybe. I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't have to, but I'm kind of at this point in my life, I've really come full circle, and I am like completely going on instinct and flow in a really, it's working. And not that I can't stop and fix a problem or jump a hurdle, but so yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, I can't believe it. I love that you are a person who might still do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I think that was maybe like a 1977 Datsun little blue truck, K Turner. It was
right.
K Turner's Sugarball. She sold it to me for $500, which I never paid her the $500 because before, right away, I wrecked it. Although
Radio.
I have thought
This
over
is
and over about that wreck,
and part 2 of my interview
I'm
with
pretty
Gretchen
sure
Phillips.
that a rich
Here's
Austin
more about the
lady
blue truck
was
named
pulling a
Sugarball.
fast one. It didn't work.
That was Two Nice Girls
I hit
cover of
her
Speed
making
Racer
a left because she
off of
was
the
in a
album
lane that was not
Like a
a
Virgin.
real left lane. And then she just came out.
Next up is the song that launched them to success in the 90s.
Me, punk,
from their self-titled
and just
debut,
screaming at me. What
Two
are you
Nice
doing?
Girls.
What are you doing?
Here
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I spent my
and I
last
know she
$10.
threw me off because I don't actually think I did anything wrong.
Here's a great song
replayed
from
that
Mutual
accident,
called
but that's
Slenderella.
how I didn't have the truck any longer. You had the truck.
That was Red State,
because
Blue State.
I blew my chance.
I think it was
Released in
$200.
2017.
I think it.
And
Yes,
Gretchen Phillips
because they got
with the
wrecked.
cotton
$300
candy
worth of
bleeding
damage.
knives.
And interestingly enough, that truck
Is also the reason why I have credit, which, like, I had to get, at one point, I think I had to get a tire. And so, you know, you do your, I think it was Montgomery Wards, you know, you go, okay, you sign up for a credit card at Montgomery Wards, you get your tire, then you pay it off. And I loved that. Now I'm trying to remember where that truck, I think what happened was, so I went back and forth between Austin and Columbia, Missouri a couple times. I think at one point it ended there, and Pam stayed in Columbia after I left. Like, it was me and Sheila. Sheila left. I stayed. Thank you. You gave me a place to sleep. I don't think I was enough appreciative at the time, but so, and I got my first job because of Art Sluts. I went into the cafe, God, what was it called? The Spanish, like, breakfast place.
Las Manitas.
And I played that for, I can't remember the woman's name behind the counter, and she got me a job. But anyway, where was I headed with that? Yeah, so then I came back, and I believe Pam stayed for some reason. And I don't know if you guys connected when she was there or not.
Well, I loved listening to your episode and realizing how little I remember. So y'all had rich and varied lives here in Austin. I don't recall. I mean, I just plain flat out don't. You know, people come up to me in the produce section of the grocery store. It feels like ancient old people. Gretchen, it's me, and it's like, you know, it's somebody from when I was 20, and now we're in our 60s, and I don't recognize that human. I love their beautiful spirit, and they're somehow strangely from dark hair to white hair. I'm recognizable still, but I don't.
Oh, you look the same.
That's what people say, but I can't imagine.
Oh, thank you.
You do too. I can't imagine. Okay, but this is the continuation of the story of Sugarball. Is that so? The company was called Nissan, and then after World War II, they changed their name to Datsun, but it was still Nissan. And then around whenever it was, they were like, people have forgotten our role in Pearl Harbor. We can go back to the name Nissan. So Datsun and Nissan are the same. So a few years ago, during pandemic, got a blue Nissan truck, which is the same as the Datsun, same size. Last year of the hard body. Last year of the small.
It's really hard. Yeah.
I know. I know. So I've got sugar balls. 20 year younger, still 25 years old. Progeny that I drive around, blue. Kay Turner loves this. I love driving Kay Turner, and my blue truck is the little peacock, driving her around in that.
Pass my regards. I don't think I ever met her, but pass my regards to her, and you can tell her the truck size continues.
Yeah.
Did remove the bumper stickers, because I remember when I went home one time, my dad was like, "That sure is a lot of bumper stickers on your truck."
No, I didn't remove them. I would never do that.
Oh, because she still owns it? Is it still exist? Okay.
No. She sold you Sugar Ball with all of those, and then I subsequently, once the $200 were exchanged and it was in your hands, I didn't know, and you could drive it back and forth without brakes, all the way to a few states away. I don't remember Columbia, Missouri being around the corner from Austin, Texas.
Probably 10 or 12 hours, I think.
Yeah, with no brakes. Okay.
Well, Sheila and I, so you were supposed to come visit, and then, we were exchanging letters, and then you couldn't make it, and then Sheila and I took our road trip to see you, and her car, which was not licensed or registered, completely overheated and died in Oklahoma, and we pulled into a truck stop. And we got a ride with some tweaked out truckers. And that's how we got to Austin. I mean, we literally climbed over the highway rail and walked into your neighborhood.
Jesus
I
Christ.
know. Nuts.
Here he comes. Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone. He's right behind you, so you better look alive. He's busy revving up the powerful Mark 5. And when the odds are against him and the dangerous work they do, you bet your life Speed Racers are gonna see you through. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go. He's popping speed as he guns his car around the track. He's freaking out so hard it's like he's never coming back. Adventure's waiting just ahead. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go. He's popping speed as he guns his car around the track. He's freaking out so hard it's like he's never coming back. Adventure's waiting just ahead. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go.
That was Two Nice Girls' cover of Speed Racer off of the album Like a Version. I mean, I would love to talk about whatever you want, but I'm so fascinated by this time period in the 80s. In particular, it seems like different people that I've talked to in this, and it was kind of the post-punk time period, really, or not post-punk, it was the second wave, right? that the nature of it being pre-internet, like where people were self-aware, you know what I mean?
No. What do you mean?
I mean, like there wasn't a camera on everybody all the time. We weren't.
Self-conscious then? Because I don't think people are fucking
Well,
self-aware.
that's true.
I mean,
Conscious. But it seemed like if you go into
crippled by self-doubt? Okay, yeah.
if you go into any community, it seems like in that time period there was this incredible joining of all of these underground groups. The gay community, the at that time trans community, outsiders, artists, musicians. People that didn't fit, as you said, into the mainstream flow, we found each other. And that seems to, from people I've talked to, been repeated in different communities.
Geographically?
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of the main things I think about in terms of how lucky my musical career began when it did is that there were far fewer things vying for your entertainment dollar any given night of the week.
True.
So that makes an enormous difference in terms of seeking entertainment at night in a college town. Like what are you going to do? So to me, once VCRs and VHS, once you didn't have to, go to the movie theater to see things, and that could become more privatized. I just feel like more and more and more has become privatized, and there are more things vying for a finite amount of entertainment dollars and attention span.
Yeah.
And so we had a need that I don't think can be understood for somebody who didn't live through it. We had a need on a Tuesday night, and then the same need was there on Wednesday night. What are we going to do?
Right.
And the same day, and next week and next year, what are we doing? Hey, do y'all know what's happening? So the act of physically making posters at the Kinko's, running into the other bands making posters, the act of putting them on poles where human beings walked through space, not sat on their asses in front of a computer and scrolled through things. The way in which we had to be in a physical world, because the wealth of this virtual world didn't exist for most people.
Right. Well, or at all.
And so I mean, I don't know what was going on in Silicon Valley, but yes, certainly it wasn't going on in Columbia, and it wasn't going on in Austin. We had to move through literal space, not virtual space, to meet with each other and see each other. But that's all we'd ever known. We weren't giving something up. Like, shit, I wish I could just watch streaming, but I got to go all the way to the movie theater. Right. That wasn't our experience. This was just what you did. Right. And so I also think that phone calls, I mean, do you remember when you had no idea who was on the other line?
Right. Exactly.
But I remember when caller ID was invented, but like before caller ID, if I was tripping and I wished that I had a girl call me, but I also didn't know, but if the phone rings, it might be mom.
Right.
And I'm tripping.
Right.
Do I answer that phone? Is it her? Is it my mom who I don't want to talk to right now because I'm tripping?
Right.
I mean, so I think that we had skills for moving through the world, interacting with human beings, not knowing what was going to happen. We had skill set that I think is seriously atrophied as far as social intercourse and, just civil social intercourse is concerned.
And I know, I'm such a huge fan of so many of the bands from that time period from Austin, in fact, I've got Gary Floyd's artwork on my wall from.
Oh, what do you have? What do you got? I got Gary Floyd right here.
Okay.
What you got? Yeah.
Let's see. Can you kind of see that one in the corner?
Oh, I do see it. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And
yes.
Yeah. So, and of course the Butthole Surfers and all of that. But anyway, the immediate influence of all these different groups creatively, I think when did that happen previous to, the late 60s? It seemed like it was a time period. Maybe that's in my head. I don't know. That's why I'm kind of bouncing off of you and seeing if you had that experience.
Yeah, because, for example, I just watched a very interesting movie last night called Candy Mountain, made in 1987 by Robert Frank and somebody Wurlitzer. And it had David Johansen, Tom Waits, Leon Redbone, Mary Margaret O'Hara, Rita McNeil. It was very interesting. Robert Frank movie, who is known as a photographer who gave us The Americans, but he also worked on Pull My Daisy, which is the Beats. That is same kind of just incredible array of friendship networks. The friendship networks that one can read about of the expat lesbians in France in Paris at the turn of the century. I think people have been meeting. That's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the name of a book that I read that was pretty concise. I got it from the library though. It wasn't When Paris Was a Woman, but that you could start there. But there were the salons, for example, that Gertrude Stein and Alice B. Toklas had, where every week, because they had money, they would make a spread.
Right.
Their house was open, and this is all of these artists, modern artists, writers, and there were quite a number of, even pre-World War I, quite a number of U.S. and British women who were living in Paris and getting together and doing their thing, and lots of writers. And these versions of friendship networks have always been super interesting to me, really interesting to me, to think about who knew who and how they hung out. Very, very famously, Henry James and Edith Wharton and their gang. I think there have always been friendship networks where folks are inspiring each other, potentially sleeping together, potentially then having fights because they fucked each other, potentially working together and it didn't work out. Certainly as well with design, early 20th century design, and the women who were involved in that, and the men. So I do think this has always happened, and that we are always in a state of appreciation and rediscovery if we're the kind of people who are curious about that thing.
Right. Next up is the song that launched them to success in the 90s. From their self-titled debut, Two Nice Girls, here is I Spent My Last $10.
When I was a young girl like normal girls do, I looked to a woman's love to help get me through. I never needed any more than a feminine touch. I hated the thought of kissing a man, it really was too much. I did not drink, I did not smoke, I did not say goddamn. I was polite, I was sensitive before I loved a man. My family, they were proud of me, were proud of what I am. But then along came Lester and my tale of woe began. I spent my last $10 on birth control and beer. My life was so much simpler when I was sober and queer. But the love of a strong-haired man has turned my head, I fear, and made me spend my last $10 on birth control and beer. It was June of 1983 when Mary Lou and I did part. She said she loved another dyke. My God, it broke my heart. I was bitter and disillusioned to lose another girlfriend. But Lester came to work at Papa's store and decided to ease on in. Before that last heartbreak, guess that I was curious, heck, I guess that I was young. I guess it was that old rum and coke, I guess that I was dumb. I spent my last $10 on birth control and beer. My life was so much simpler when I was sober and queer. But the love of a strong, hairy man has turned my head, I fear, and made me spend my last $10 on birth control and beer. For of course, for a woman to love a man, she must also love to booze. If a woman don't drink beside her man, then she will surely lose him. As I sit in this hetero honky-tonk and reflect upon my past, I think about those old girlfriends and why they did not last. For there's certain thrills that lesbian love simply cannot supply, like paying for abortions from sperm gone awry. And so I say to you, my friends, without this man I'd die. So listen to my tale of woe and hang your head and cry. I spent my last $10 on birth control and beer. My life was so much simpler when I was sober and queer. But the love of a strong, hairy man has turned my head, I fear, and made me spend my last $10 on birth control and beer. I spent my last $10 on birth control and beer. My life was so much simpler when I was sober and queer. But the love of a strong, hairy man has turned my head, I fear, and made me spend my last $10 on birth control and
Yeah. Well, letters too. That
Yep.
was like writing
Yep.
letters was a
Yep.
thing.
Oh,
And
God.
she was such an amazing letter writer.
Yep.
You'd sit down, have coffee, smoke a cigarette, and write a letter, right?
Oh, yes.
I know.
Absolutely. I am sorry that's gone.
The cigarettes or the letters.
Even as a way of I know that I quit writing as many letters when I quit smoking, because exactly what you're saying, sitting down, usually on the porch outside, screened-in porch because of the mosquitoes, with the cup of coffee and cigarettes to write a letter to. Absolutely. Once I quit smoking, I did not write near as many letters.
Yeah. But thankfully we quit, right? When did you quit?
Oh, I quit July 2nd, 1993.
I was, let's see, it was July also because it was my birthday. It's my 40th birthday. So I'm 63 now, whatever that is.
Okay.
But yeah, so of course.
But when would it have been?
Yeah.
If it was your 40th, then it would have been 93. No.
that-
You were born in 60. Are you saying you were born in 1960?
61, yeah. So
Oh, in 61? Okay, so it would have been in 90, or it would have been in 91, 2001.
maybe it is 2000.
July.
Yeah.
Right before, was it right before September 11?
I don't know.
Were you smoking your way through Attack on
No,
America?
I think I was done then. And,
Yeah, I think you were.
yeah, I think I was done then. But
Yeah.
thank God I quit that.
Oh my God. Well,
my God.
it didn't do Sheila any favors.
Well, Sheila, right. Sheila smoked unfiltered. I mean, I can't believe I smoked 2 packs a day. But
Yeah.
to a certain extent,
Yeah.
lung cancer. I mean, my dad died of it, my brother died of it, and Sheila died of it.
Whoa.
Right. So I'm super aware of that. But part of it is genetic.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then the pull of smoking is so hardcore. I mean, yeah. So, it's just tragic, really. But that was a tough death for me.
How old was Sheila?
She was, let's see, she would have been She died in 2005. So she was 2 years older than me.
So
I
she
don't
was
know.
1958. No, 1959.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She, so yeah, she would have been in her 40s, young, right? She lied about her age until almost right before her death because she ran away from home when she was 14 because her home situation was so bad. She
Wow.
moved to Minneapolis to be a hippie with the Bob Dylan crowd.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? I know, it's a trip. Here's a great song from Meat Joy called Slenderella.
Come and get it.
Not a very clear picture, is it? Why should she be anorexic? Won't eat a thing her mother fixes. She starves herself as she reduces. Is it daddy? Or is it mom? Is she having no more fun? Anorexic! Why should she be anorexic? Won't eat a thing her mother fixes. She starves herself as she reduces. Is it daddy? Well, is it mom? Is she having no more fun? No more fun. No more fun. No more fun. Anorexic! Why should she be anorexic? Won't eat a thing her mother fixes, and she starves herself as she reduces. Is it daddy? Well, is it mom? Is she having no more fun? No more fun. No more fun. No more fun. Anorexic! She lives her life without conviction. The act of eating is a contradiction. Well, a bite of life makes her live. A send her on starvation bliss. Yes, she loves life, 'cause it's so fun. And isn't she lucky, the beautiful one? Not a very clear picture, is it? Why should she be anorexic? Won't eat a thing her mother fixes, and she starves herself as she reduces. Is it daddy? Is it mom? Is she having no more fun? Yeah.
So what is the topic that captured your interest the most right now? Like, where is your headspace at right now? What's
You know,
your
it is around these currents. It's really thinking about I meet with, and I think in February it'll be 3 years that Meet Joy has a weekly Sunday afternoon FaceTime,
I
and
love
it's incredible. And we were able to do the reissue, the book, the live tape, the shows, 1 week at a time, getting together and doing this. And then it's been just as much time since those things came out that we're still meeting and we're still talking and we're still just jamming on ideas and what kinds of stuff we've been thinking about lately. And I am reminded, being reunited with those two precious men, Tim Mateer and John Hawkes, formerly Perkins, that of really deep goals of mine regarding humanism, that although I am, it's important to me, my sort of lesbian feminist identity, I'm a human and I want to be with humans. Well, I want to be with humans. Let's put it that way. I don't always want to be with humans, but I really want to. And I want to be with men. And I want to be in this world. And I think it's fine to separate for a finite amount of time in order to recharge my batteries. But I really have been thinking as far as the polarization that goes on all over the place, which I think is not new for human beings, what we are experiencing. It feels in a way like the times of peace are really the anomaly, not the times of friction.
Right.
In terms of human culture, but I, as far as the only thing that I have any real agency regarding, that's just my attitude, my response to what's happening. So I think about how, if 10 of us were watching a house on fire, the house is burning, and we are each going to have 10 different responses. And there's not one of those responses that's just like really the truth, like how it really was. And so trying to extrapolate from that regarding my general thoughts around justice, does that exist for everybody? Truth, does that exist for everybody? And then sort of narrowing it down to my preferences. Well, what would I prefer morally? So frankly, a lot of the usual Gretchen Phillips philosophizing with myself.
Right.
And then trying to be here. I'm in Austin as a snowbird from Ottawa. So from around Christmas till May 1. I've decided to be borrowing this from some friends of mine, a music slut. I'll do anything for music.
Nice.
And I'm just jamming with folks.
I love it. Hashtag music slut.
I'm jamming.
Okay, this next song is called Red State, Blue State. It's sort of my response to the most recent election and my trying to, it is, as I can frequently write, quite a pedantic little number. I'd like to thank Andy for the conversation. I think I remember it. Just sort of a response in terms of a sense of hopefulness rather than that any minute now we're all going to fry. Which I'm sure is pretty much how we feel. change, I'm not gonna change. And get all angry, act all strange. Loving is hard, but what else can I do? Hate will really take it out of you. I see my path so clear. I wanna live in hope, not fear. The day I go and get a gun is the day the terrorists have won. Stuff and shitty for folks, it's true. But maybe tomorrow will bring me something new. I could believe that this world is going straight to hell. But I'd rather believe that kindness will prevail. But I'd rather believe that kindness will
That was Red State, Blue State, released in 2017. Gretchen Phillips with the Cotton Candy Breathing Knives.
I'm just like, I don't want to break up anybody's home. If you got a band already, I'm not trying to break it up, but I certainly do feel like I want to really be jamming.
Yeah, that's so great. I love it.
Because I've just gotten better on the guitar, frankly.
I would love to see you again because when I saw you at the Amy Ray tour, I thought you were incredible. I mean, I think you're incredible anyway, but your guitar playing was really front and center on that tour. Yeah. So that was.
Yeah. Well, I have been playing in the basement in Ottawa by myself to a variety pack of albums that I just listen to from all over the globe, and I feel like my playing's getting better again in terms of just how do I tap in, how do I not interrupt my flow.
What is the answer to the question, why is Gretchen Phillips so fascinating? The answer is we're doing a third episode interviewing Gretchen Phillips. Stay tuned.
Thanks for listening to Art Sluts Radio.
Hey, if you identify with the Art Sluts, explore our herstory at artsluts.net. That's ARTSLUTS.net. And purchase downloads of our music wherever you stream music.
All contributions and purchases will go to support Planned Parenthood.
Currently, 21 states have limited access to women's health care, including abortion, and 15 of those have a total ban.
Talking about your abortion experience, voting and donating to support abortion rights will make a difference.
I hate to leave you, baby. I don't wanna have to go. from you.